Hi everyone, and welcome along to the next episode of Behind the Visor. It's just after the Dove Cottage ride 2. Everybody's left now, so I'm going to be speaking with this chap here who's travelled up for the weekend. So let's get to it. Okay, could you introduce us with your name, age, and where you are from, please?
Okay. Hi, I'm Phil480, 33, and I'm from West Sussex.
We can just see it behind you, but could you please tell us what you ride?
I ride a Triumph Scrambler and a Kawasaki GPZ 500.
And if you'd like to tell us what you do for a living as well, please.
I refurbish Apple computers for a living.
Is that something that you've done for quite a while, or is it relatively new?
For the company that does it, I've been working for 5 years now, and it's only in the last sort of year and a half that I've been involved with Apple.
Right, okay. If you could just give us kind of a very brief summary of your life to date, so, you know, where you grew up, or, you know, if you went to college and things like that as well.
So I grew up in Hinckley in Leicestershire, home of Triumph, of course. Educated there, not really much to say about that really. Got into skateboarding, was doing that for quite a few years, had some brilliant times with that, and soon after discovered motorcycling, and I've now moved down to West Sussex, and that's where I started motovlogging, and I've met so many awesome people through that.
Yeah, you see, it's a brilliant way to meet people. I mean, I've said before, when I took up riding, I took up riding on my own, and that was it.
When I got my first bike, I was still living up here in Leicestershire. And I was on my own really. I didn't really know anyone else that rode bikes. So it wasn't until moving and through motovlogging I met loads of other biker friends, and it's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, people who don't know, they kind of have the thing of like, oh, well, you just go and meet people that you've never met, but you've spoken online. It's a bit, they think it's a bit dodgy, but then
it's usually not advised to meet people you've never met before off the internet.
Yeah, but then, like I say, it's no different to going to a bike rally, and then everyone's really good friends and really pally. So, what are your inside interests? Outside of biking.
Outside of biking, not much else actually. Like I said, I did skateboarding years ago. I'm probably a bit too old for that now. So really, it's bikes or nothing really. Play a bit of guitar now and again, but that's something I've not really had much interest in just lately, just because of time really.
Yeah. So
with the time it takes to put videos together from rides and stuff, I don't really get much time for other things. The only other thing I get time for is obviously just being at home with my partner and our 4 rats.
Your rats, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I used to be mega into computer games and PlayStation and stuff, but since riding now, it's just completely taken a back seat. Even in winter, it's not something that I'm heavily into, which I really used to be. I'm quite surprised that I did just leave it so quickly and easily, because I just thought it'd be something that I always was into. But
I still get time for a little bit of gaming here and there, but I mean, I'm not so much into the whole online multiplayer thing. I prefer to play a game for its storyline. I mean, at the minute I'm putting way too much time in on the new Hitman game. Which is proving to be pretty good.
What is your first memory of a motorcycle?
Oh, I have a vague memory of being away on holiday, seeing some relatives, and one of them had, I have no idea what bike it would have been. It was a sports bike, and I do remember sitting on that, and it felt huge, because I don't know how old I would have been, probably 5 or 6 maybe. I do remember being on the seat and handlebars were just so far out of reach. I think that's my first memory of a motorbike.
If you could choose an actor to play you in a film of your life, who would it be?
People say I remind them of David Mitchell, which I can't really see myself, but apparently it's there. So I suppose he'll be one choice for, accuracy, but I think in a film it'll probably be, I don't know. Well, they'll need to be short, so actors off the top of my head that are of the shorter side of things. I think Kiefer Sutherland, he's not tall.
Oh, is he? I didn't know that.
I'm sure he's Yeah, he's not very tall from what I remember. So yeah, that'd be cool. I'm a fan of 24, so
He's a bit of a bad boy as well, isn't he? So
yeah.
maybe aside from YouTube, do you have a claim to fame, or have you had 15 minutes of fame before?
You could say, yeah. Back when I'd not been long started working after leaving school, I was working in a plumber's merchant, and one of the actors from the TV series Heartbeat lived locally.
Yeah.
And he came into the shop one day, and I sold him a shower hose.
Excellent.
So that's my little claim to fame.
Massaging head, or is it just a regular?
Just the hose part. Just the hose.
If you had to choose, what song would you have played at your funeral?
Oh, I have thought about this before, actually. One of the obvious choices for, can I say normal people without being too offending, would be Louis Armstrong's Wonderful World. I quite like Joey Ramone's version.
Right.
So that might be one of my choices there. Other than that, I did think of a good one the other day. Other than that, I would probably have to go for something like Learn to Fly by the Foo Fighters, or My Hero.
I love that song, yeah, I do like that song.
Yeah.
There's, have you seen it, is it a Paramore cover? I'm sure Paramore have covered it. It was like for some performance for the troops in America or something. It's really good. What is your favourite part of biking?
The community, really. Yeah, the widespread, new friends really that I've met through it. Doesn't matter that some of us are even on the other side of the world. We still talk to each other via YouTube and other social media, and you although you may never have met them before, it's like you've known them for years.
Yeah. Well, the thing I found with that is there is the exceptions, but on the whole, it's just one big friendly atmosphere, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is your least favourite part of biking?
Maintenance.
Yeah.
Maintenance, I hate it. Cleaning I can get by with, but yeah, things like chain cleaning, taking the brake calipers apart to clean them in the winter, because as I say, when you ride all year, you need to do that. That is the thing. Yeah, the thing I hate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I don't even mind.
a daily user as well. Obviously, it's going to be a lot more often.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is your number one safety concern with riding?
But riding in the wrong state of mind.
Okay.
Riding when you're angry, you're going to make catastrophic errors.
Yeah.
So yeah, riding with a good head on.
A cool head.
Yeah, cool head. Just keep it cool. And yeah, when there's an incident, it's going to happen. You're going to have near misses and things, and you've every right to be angry at whoever's just pulled out on you or whatever. But the best thing to do is just let it go, and if you need to, just pull over and just chill for a minute. Carry on.
It's very easy to get the red mist, isn't it?
Yeah,
I mean,
and before you know what, you're chasing a car down and you're smashing mirrors off, and it's not cool, really. It doesn't really give us a good image, does it?
No, I mean, I'll admit I've had a similar thing now. Much less, but yeah, you gotta kind of reel yourself in a bit and just check yourself a bit sometimes, I think.
Yeah. One thing I'd probably say to some of the newer riders who've probably watched a lot of YouTube, and that is, don't get caught up too much in a lot of your favourite YouTubers that you see that do that sort of thing. They react quite badly to situations. I think there's a bit of a thing now where it seems to be acceptable to, or it's that's how you're supposed to act when something like that happens.
Yeah.
There's probably a little bit too much of that, and people are overreacting over nothing, really.
Okay, so final question now. If you had all the money you could ever hope for, or all the money in the world, you can choose 3 bikes, what would they be?
3 bikes. I would definitely have the new Street Scrambler.
Yeah.
With probably a few little things done to it. I would have something suitable for long distance touring, like comfort sort of thing. I'd say like the BMW 1200 GS, but I can't fit on them. It'll have to be something along them sort of lines that I can actually fit on. And then The third one, I'm not sure whether I'll go for something more suited for the track or something more for off-road. Because I'm yet to have my first track day experience. That's next month.
Okay.
So we'll see how that goes. I've got a feeling that's probably going to bite me a bit, and I'll be wanting to be getting out on track on things. Maybe we'll end up with a track bike at some point in the future. Either that or, like I say, like I've recently had a bit of off-roading experience. So one or the other really. I couldn't really say which one I'd do.
Have to try the track before you decide, I suppose. Yeah. That concludes another Behind the Visor. And Phil, I'm sure you know, has his own YouTube channel, but if by some strange reason you've not seen his but you've seen mine, your channel is what, Phil?
It's Phil480.
Excellent. So we're just going to put some shots of the bike up, and don't forget, if you want to do one of these yourself, please message me either through YouTube. There is a Facebook page which is in the description as well, along with an email address as well, and which is also where you can find my contact for free stickers and stuff like that. So until next time, ride safe, and we'll end it there. Thanks very much, Phil.
Thank you.
Let's have a look at Phil's bike.